so typical. Body overdoing this, that's so typical. Tail like a god, that's so typical. Please do more of this, that's so typical. Don't wanna talk about it, so cynical. So don't cut it out like a umbilical. Don't wanna risk the ouch of the ridicule. It's so typical, visual, I feel like the one. Yeah, I wake up every morning and thank God for my lungs. Cause I'm breathing so good, I know I don't have to run. When you the wave, I'm trying to get me paid. I'm trying to move and shake. I'm trying to walk away. I swear my wrists are great. I'm getting used to change. Face of a mortal, that's so typical. Body overdoing this, that's so typical. Tail like a god, that's so typical. Please do more of this, that's so typical.
Daddy Bingo, that's the team we're gonna see.
Out like a umbilical, don't wanna risk the ouch of the ridicule. It's so typical.
These restless eyes of mine will sit in.
Tonight's the night for football, everybody. The bright lights are on, the stage is set, and the crowd is ready. It's Monday Night Prime Time on EA Sports. Straight ahead with a nationwide audience tuning in. It's a Monday Night Prime Time showdown between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals. Tyler Loop is out and about ready to send this one away. And here we go on Monday Night Prime Time. Devon Achane to return it. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10. Opening carry for Devon Achane. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7.
Here we go. 11, right 80.
Burrow from the gun. Throw finds Jamar Chase. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. 12 yards on that play and a good call nets him the first.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum. Keep that defense on its heels.
Gun. Got.
With Achane here out of the gun. And we'll only find 1 yard up the gut. 2nd down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
On 2, ready?
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8.
Here we go. Right 80. Right is hot.
Burrow out of the shotgun. That's caught. Devon Achane. And he's going to be hauled down on a gain across midfield, down inside the 45-yard line. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
First and 10 from the 43.
Here we go. Right 80. Shot.
At the shotgun, they'll give it to Achane. This is ahead for about 5. Tackled on the play by Marlon Humphrey.
Really good patience right there. It's hard to do for runners in this league because these holes close up so fast. But he was patient, he was explosive, he got a nice little gain on the ground.
On one, ready?
So gain of 5 on that first down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on second.
11. Out
Out of the shotgun, Burrow bails out of the pocket quick. He finds his running back on a deep shot. Nicely done. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but I think somebody's auditioning for some extra work as a receiver. If he could do that coming out of the backfield, imagine the damage he could do if they sent him out into one of those spots out wide.
Burrow gets it out wide quick. And it's close, but he's not going to score. Out of bounds right at the goal line, Brock. It's going to be first and goal.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Achane crosses the goal line for the Cincinnati touchdown. The Bengals finish up an excellent opening series. Devon Achane with the touchdown. Extra point added on by McPherson. And the Bengals will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Has this at the 6. A decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out.
Trap 60. 60, 19 tight. 19 tight. Ready.
Daniel's going to throw to get us started. Chased out to his right. This one caught by C.D. Lamb. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
Now running here with Jaden Blue. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up fourth down. The Ravens getting ready for the punt. He bunted 3 times in the win last week, and this one is away. That's grabbed at the 10. And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. First and 10.
Here we go.
They'll start the drive with Achane. And he's going to be sent out of bounds just after he crosses the 35. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And the Bengals have a first down.
Well, more often than not, it's a passing game that's asked to go from first down in just one play. Get that big play potential on the ground. Jeez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
Gun. Shot. Right 80.
First and 10 now. Here's Burrow. Quick slant here. It's Higgins. And he'll get it up to the 44.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Just a yard left to go on second down.
Here we go. Stop.
It's Achane on the inside give. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
1-1, ready?
Time for our second quarter. It'll be Bengals football to begin. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Nothing doing on the outside there. No gain on the run. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10.
Here we go, 11.
Burrow to the air now. Rolling into enemy territory. And he's going to be drugged down. Looks like at that 37-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And a fresh set of downs for Cincinnati. New set of downs from 37.
Here we go.
H.A. a 1st down carry. And this one's going the wrong way. Nice win for that defense as they send him backwards. Well, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
Throwing is Burrow. Flushed out of the pocket. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
This quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put it in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
Here we go. 11, Thomas.
On 3rd down, here's Burrow. Finds his back, H.A. And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone. That play good for 17 on a 1st down.
This running back is a mismatch maker. That's how I label him on my little sheet right here. Right under his bio, this guy just creates matchup nightmares for every defender on the field.
And off running left, it's H.A. He's taken out as he brings it down towards the 10. Even 10-yard gain on the play. And the Bengals have a 1st down.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
On 1, ready?
Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Staying on the ground here with H.A. Quick adjustment defensively to stop him this time, so no gain on 1st down.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
On 1, ready?
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down.
Here we go. 12. Can. Start.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Escapes the pocket. He almost gets to the 5. He goes out at the 6.
Well, QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the 1st down.
I see through your act and I still enjoy the show.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5.
Here we go. 180. It's hot.
Little touch pass here, trying to move the chains. And this is not going to do the job. They don't even let him get back to the line. It's 4th down. Just 2 minutes to play here in our opening half. The Bengals playing themselves to a lead here in Paycor. Fourth down and 9, and look at this. The offense is still out there.
Here we go. 12, 12, 12. 12, 12, 12. Stop.
Trying for it with Burrow. The call won't work out. That's incomplete. We're going to have a change of possession on the other side of our 2-minute warning.
You know, kid, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Ravens to the line now. 1st and 10. Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. And this defense bringing the hammer down, driving him backwards through the 9. And it's not just some quarterbacks, Brock, you already got him short memories. You tell me this too, defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
Come back, team. Come back. Get smash. 70 symbol. 19 tight. 19 tight. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
Daniels back to throw. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's complete.
The lack of points and the lack of yards have just gone hand in hand here in the first half, and they both really trace back to the same root cause, an inability to consistently find and exploit any opening in what's been a very sound defensive game plan.
Here we go. Set. Hey, check that. Check. Tap the 60. Tap the 60. Tap 60. Tap 60. Street. Street. Dragon 60.
Daniels throwing on 3rd. Down the field, he's got Lamb. And he has it into the red zone as he reaches that 20-yard line.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position by hitting on that shot. You've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
19 Tiger. Nice.
Give to Henry on the inside handoff. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
When one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
1st down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10.
Let's go. Cougar 19.
Reaction now with Daniels. He rolls to his right. Into the end zone, but not brought in. It falls incomplete. It will bring up 3rd down.
Oh, that is going to haunt him. A drop touchdown in the end zone. We'll see how good his mental toughness is. If he can move past it quickly and make an impact for them later.
Hop 70, hop 70. Let's go.
Firing quickly out of line, Daniels. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a 1st and goal. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Breaking the huddle. Here's 1st and goal.
Come on, 79 Broncos. 60 Vikes, 18 Rattler, 18 Buffalo, 18.
Here's Daniels. And he scores. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens get their first points of this game just before halftime. It's a Taz Walker touchdown. That is Tyler Luke now on for the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Ravens tie this game 7-7. So we've got a tie ball game now. as they send this away. And no return here. This is a touchback, and the ball's going to come out to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The clock reads 24 seconds now as the final drive of this half begins.
Here we go. 180. Start.
First down, Burrow to throw. Escapes out to the left. Passing struggles, bleeding over from that last play. He's forced to get rid of this one.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time in secondary, they got real sticky, stayed tight, and forced the throw away.
Here we go, here we go. 12, 180. Stop.
Burrow throwing again on 2nd and 10. On the move, headed right. Complete out to the right side. And he manages maybe 3 yards there to the 23-yard line. We get a timeout now from the Bengals. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6.
11, 11, 11, 11. Here we go, here we go. 180. Start.
Throw here, 3rd down. Bails out of the pocket quick. And that's going to fall incomplete. We're down to 9 seconds left. Trying to find his tight end. And it's 4th down. The Bengals send out the punting unit. And they could really use a good one here. Only punted once in last week's loss, and he gets this one away. Starts the return at the 34. All right, they're only going to have enough time for one more snap here before we reach halftime.
At their own 46-yard line.
So they're sending out the field goal unit. Oh my goodness, I have never seen a kicker make one from this far away. It's a deep shot for him from that left hash. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Something's got to be the difference maker here in half number 2. We'll see what it is as we're off and running once again. Starting at the 10. He stopped on the run back at the 27.
The Ravens take over first and 2. At their own 27-yard line.
Baltimore offense to the line now. 1st and 10.
Ready. Viking 18. Ready.
Blue here from the pistol. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run. With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
No, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. He's back. Derrick Henry was the intended receiver. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Drop 60, drop 60.
3rd and long. They're going to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
This defense, they had a plan, and they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they produced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
Motion man sent left. He's back to throw. Headed out right. This is brought in. Big gain for Smith and Jigba. He's going to take this down to the opposing 44. One of their biggest plays of the game so far, and it comes on a 4th down gamble. So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. First and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Forced that to his right. Sends this to the end zone. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And now they face second down.
There's a lot of studies done every offseason, Kate, about the best red zone offenses. And typically, it's about creative quarterbacks doing just what he tried to do right there in extending the play out of the pocket. The problem is there was just nowhere for him to go with the ball.
The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
60, 79 Broncos. Panther 11, Panther 11. Hey.
Third and long for him here. Buys time, rolling right. He's going to run for it. And the stop comes at the 15-yard line as he gets them into the red zone. How about that play, Brock? On 3rd and 14, they find a way to convert.
Yeah, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run.
Second down's going to be a good bit tougher. He can't even get back to the line. This play loses yards. That one felt kind of counterintuitive there, Brock. They load up the line with that extra blocking, and then the run goes out to the edge anyway. That's
right. You put 2 tight ends on the field, yeah, you can live with a stalemate. It's hard to move people in the NFL, but you do not want to go backwards.
One of the tight ends in motion left.
19, Tiger, 9.
Play action now. Daniels. And he's just going to hook this one into about row C there. And some lucky fan going to haul in a heck of a souvenir.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Thinking touchdown, but they will not get it. That's incomplete. And maybe worse, Brock. It's going to bring up 4th down. Tyler Loop after the Ravens to attempt this field goal. Ball on the left hash, 37 yards out. Loop knocks it through. And that's going to break our tie and give him a 3-point advantage.
Here in the 3rd quarter, he gets a chance to make up for the miss on his first attempt of the game. This time, he is totally dialed in, and he gets this one to count.
All set up. Here's Loop to kick it away. He'll take this at the 10. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Bengals getting set, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10.
Gun. Stop.
Here's A-Chain up the middle. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play. Man, he got absolutely crunched behind that line. And as he peels himself up off the ground, Brock, he'll be looking around for who missed that block and allowed that hit to happen.
It's not too often you get a clean shot at somebody right in the backfield. And he was not passing up that opportunity.
Taken in by Chase, left side. Hit almost as he caught it. Does well to hold on to it. Gets him to the 37.
And the Bengals first down. 1st and 10 at the 37.
Burrow now on 1st down. Oh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Ball stays at that 37. Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Hey, can.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. This is going to be incomplete again. Defender knocks this one away. That brings up 3rd down.
That's tell you what, Kate, challenging this guy in a close game, you are tempting fate. He got one hand on it. He gets two. It could have gone the other way.
On one, ready?
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down.
Here we go. 11.
Sticking in the air, it's Burrow. Cut out left. And he's short of the first after a mile gain.
Here we go.
Working quickly here.
18. A gain of 7.
11,
It's fourth down.
MT, Kate. 11, stop.
Looking to throw. Chased out to his right. And that's going to wind up incomplete as their gamble doesn't pay off. They're going to turn this one over on downs.
Incomplete.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on second down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8.
Dragon 60. Cowboy 80.
Out of the gun, Daniels. Escapes the pocket. He's keeping it. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right. They win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
Turning to Henry on third. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. Give him 5 on the play. And that's going to be a Baltimore first.
First down. First and 10.
Hold it stick.
9-yard line.
All right, we've reached the final quarter of Monday Night Primetime. It's Ravens ball as they try to keep that lead and close out a win. To the line and set. Here we go, first down.
Let's go. 7 Buffalo 18. 7 Pirates. Warriors 17.
From the gun, it's Daniels. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Ball still on that 29-yard line as they come up to it, 2nd and 10.
Trap 60.
Running back sent in motion.
Hawk 70.
To throw again on 2nd down. Daniels. On the move, headed right. Complete Derrick Henry. And he's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. They gain 11 on that play. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
A gain of 11 on the play. And the Ravens first down.
79 Broncos. Go street.
They'll motion him out of the backfield.
19 Lions. 70 Rangers. Ready,
From the red zone now. He brings it in. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. Give him about 16 yards on that game, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes teams break in the right coverage for a much bigger...
And he's in for the touchdown. The Ravens making a 9-point advantage.
Touchdown, Ravens.
Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. On the return, here comes Achane. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line.
Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Cincinnati into formation. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Wide 80. Wide shot. Shot.
Burrow back to throw. Throw left side, complete. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Great start to this drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play.
Here we go. Shot.
Burrow on 1st down. Forced out to his right. Going all the way to the end zone here. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
Well, he went for it all right there. That was a highlight reel waiting to happen if he could connect. So good to get out of the pocket, keep the play alive, but even better defensively to force the incompletion.
Here we go. Stop.
And 2nd and 10 now. It's Burrow. Getting out to his left. He's on the run, deep down the middle. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's 3rd down.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit, Kate. You got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
Here we go. Here we go. Can. Stop.
On 3rd down, here's Burrow. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Working quickly here.
A big loss on the play. Brings up 4th down.
12. 11 Thomas. Stop.
Here he goes. Gotta have this on 4th down. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Savon Revel with the pick. He brings this one back. Touchdown, Baltimore off the pick 6. Well, they had to try something there on 4th down, but that throw played right into what the defense was anticipating, Brock, and they make it hurt that much worse by taking the turnover back for 6.
Hey, I'm all for these great group celebrations, and, I'm not Captain No Fun, but one of these times I'd like to see that player run that football over to the D coordinator who predicted that play was coming and really made the right call to create that opportunity.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. On the return, here comes Achane. Spins right by him. Big shot at the end of that run back as he gets it just past the 20.
At their own 24-yard line.
I'm one, ready?
Bengals getting set, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10.
11 mighty. 11 mighty. What's this say? Stop.
After the pick, here's Burrow again. Flushed out now to his left. And the first play in the series is going to be an incomplete pass intended for his running back there. That brings up 2nd down.
I know that you and I love, Kate, looking at plays and discussing them and all the different outlets and checkdowns, and usually there's a completion to be had, but not against this defense. Not on that one.
180. What is that? Stop.
On 2nd and 10, Burrow again. Rolling left, buying some time. He tucks it and takes off. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. So a gain of 30 yards on that play. And a fresh set of downs for Cincinnati.
Oh, that just sucks the wind out of a defense. So demoralizing. So many guys do things the right way, only to see a quarterback evade the pressure and go get that 1st down anyway.
Escapes out to the left. Going deep here for the end zone. And the defender comes away with it. And the Ravens take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
You could feel them, Kate. You could feel the convoy going. They thought they might have another one, but unfortunately, another touchdown. You know what? Not going to stop them from celebrating in another big game-changing play.
On first down, it's Blue.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
And they went 3 yards the wrong way to start this drive out. Here's 2nd and 13. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Buys time, rolling right. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
3rd and long for Daniels. Chased out to his right. A risky throw, and they're going to intercept it. Jordan Battle with the INT. And the Bengals get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
Their first pick of the game comes at an awfully big moment. Really just cancels out all the great work your defense did to give you that ball.
So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34.
Here we go, here we go. Right in. Place hot. Hot. Hot.
Not deterred by that pick. He's thrown again. Escapes the pocket. Taking a chance to the end zone. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals parlay the interception into points. It's a Jamar Chase touchdown. Well, they certainly wasted no time in making that turnover hurt even more. They looked to the end zone on the very first play, Brock, and they connected.
You know, Kate, I love it. It was an ambush to begin the drive. They attacked that end zone against a defense who was out there on short notice and not ready for that sudden change they talked about.
He gets in for the 2. Successful conversion there, but it's still a 9-point deficit. Still a 2-possession game. With time ticking away, they prepare for a must-get onside kick. And no dice on this kick. The Ravens recover. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. Well, kind of feels like we're starting to get to that point, Brock.
And what point is that, Kate?
You know, the bold point of the game where you have to try something bold could end up becoming a play that finally sinks him now.
Yeah, it's time for desperation. Without a defensive stop here, it's really hard to lay out the scenarios for much success. Every second matters now when you don't come up with that onside kick.
Offense to the line, 2nd down.
19 tight, 19 tight. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Hawk 70, Hawk 7, Panther 11, Panther 11. Warrior 70, Riggs.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out.
79 Broncos. Ready.
Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Just cannot afford right here, Kate, to go 3 and out. Not when you watched your counterpart score a touchdown. Cling to that lead and find a way to convert this 3rd down. It's a big one. And cut off some of the mojo from the other side.
Panther Street, Panther Street. Dragon 60. Ready.
Daniels throwing on 3rd. He connects with the rookie from LSU. He's finally down to put a stop to this one, but a notable chunk of yardage broken off with that game. All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10.
Come on, come on. Hey, Street.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. Out of the gun, Henry. And he gets this down to the 22 before being stopped. We get a timeout now from the Bengals. That's going to be their first. They'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Rig alert, rig alert. 65 tip, 18, Pioneer. Cup 19, Cup 19. Go.
They're going to pass it here. Lockett isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Cincinnati uses its second timeout. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on third down.
Check match, check match. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Hunt, set, Mustang 19.
Throwing now out of the shotgun. Completed to his running back. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. Final timeout taken by the Bengals. Tyler Loop after the Ravens to attempt this field goal. From 37 yards in the right half. Loop knocks it through. And that grows their lead to 12.
That kick, well, it throws a roadblock up on some of the remaining avenues to get back in this game and really leaves only one remaining. It's going to take 2 touchdowns if they want a shot at it. And we know those odds, they're getting pretty long.
On the return, here comes Achane. And this drive will start inside the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10.
Here we go. 180. 25.
Burrow to the air now. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. And the Ravens take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
At the 19-yard line.
All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. 1st and 10.
Let's go. Ready, up.
The middle, blue. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Play action now. Daniels buying some time right. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Jordan Battle with the INT. And the Bengals take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Vacates quickly left side. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
That right there, Kate, that's taking the hard lessons from the previous drive and putting it into practice right here. Don't see a throw you like. It's too tight a window. Don't risk yet another interception.
Good set. Big 13. Big 13.
Burrow throwing again on 2nd and 10. Getting out to his left. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. And this won't be caught. Clock is going to stop. We've got 14 seconds to go. That was Jamar Chase he was looking for there. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Kate, as soon as this quarterback broke containment, I know your eyes and my eyes went the same place. Can you find a big play down the field? Unfortunately, there was not one to be had.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Here we go. Cut. 180. 180. 12. 12. 12. Cut.
To throw. And that's going to fall incomplete. We're down to 9 seconds left. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now they're staring at 4th and long.
You never, ever, as an offense, like 3 and outs, Kate, but you really don't like them on 3rd down when you throw into tight coverage like that. Got to manufacture a better look.
1-1, ready?
Hands are tied. Got to have it on this 4th down.
12. Gun. Cut. 180. Cut.
Desperation time here. On the move, headed right. And it's incomplete. They dialed up their best effort, Brock, but they come up empty. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
Hey, check that. Street.
Daniels on first down. Flushed out of the pocket. And it's incomplete, but hey, who cares? They've got the lead, and we are out of time in this one. So the Ravens will fly home with the win. And they take the first skirmish with their division rivals, with a chance at a sweep awaiting them later in the year in their building. Well, that'll do it for us, for Brock Heward and our entire hard-working crew. I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens are your winners as we say so long from Cincinnati.
Wild little piece. Lord, how I gave my parents fist. Tried so hard to raise me right, but I was born to run the night. Daddy took me hunting when I was a kid. Wouldn't believe what the hell I did. He said, boy, hold this. Told my cousin, you better run. Last time he poked fun at me, got my with a tree. Son of a gun, pay for all I done. Swear they'll get us here, 'cause I ain't done just yet. Yeah, went for a drive, blue lights lit up my brown eyes. I just tried to play cool. Cop said, boy, you're just a fool. Cuffed and stuffed me in the trunk. Next time I won't get so. Son of a gun, pay for all I done. Swear they'll get us there, 'cause I ain't done just yet. Had a little fun on my parents' couch, tried to figure out what love's about. Mom came busting through that door. What? No more. Kick that girl out in the street. Next time I'll be more discreet. Wild son of a gun.